I don't understand it, you know. Huh. I was too tired. I left early. See you tomorrow. It's a date then. That's new. Well, this is worse than you think. If you get this message, tell everyone to take shelter ASAP. Chloe's life is still in danger. No prize or exhibition is worth losing her again. At least I can use my picture for a truly important reason, and yet again try to fix the machineries of time that I keep breaking. Jefferson was pissed that I had torn up my contest photo, freaking out about my wasted talent. Bastard torched my diary, so I couldn't even rewind using the art class selfie I had. So my whole plan took a shit, and I couldn't text David about Jefferson back. Okay. Which is how I ended up back in this evil dark room after I thought I had escaped. Okay, that sort of makes sense. Thanks to his own surveillance, he was almost Jefferson's shadow and tracked him down to the farmhouse. Okay, well, that sort of makes sense. Finally, I didn't tell David about Chloe. I couldn't. He might have killed him. Yeah. I decided I needed to fulfill my destiny, whatever that was, and use my powers for good, even though you've pretty much done that the whole time. It was always hard to deal with Chloe when I have the benefit of knowing her future. But the one thing Chloe appreciates most is honesty, yeah. I didn't want to believe that David was so heroic, but she knows I wouldn't lie. I'm glad Warren is such a good friend, considering how insane my life has been. Kissing Chloe instead of him didn't seem that strange. It felt like Chloe and I were flipping off the cruel universe, and if I was going to die, I wanted one kiss from my best friend. She's figured herself out, lads. She's figured herself out. I didn't even care that this was the real end of the world or not. It just felt so good to hold her again after everything we've been through. I thought about all the timelines I jumped through for her and how much she always meant to me. Our lives have always been intertwined. Exactly my point. See, something has to have happened. Even in Max's it makes sense, like lives have always been intertwined even when they weren't. Max and Chloe, remember? We're always together, even when we're not. How could this not be some kind of fate or destiny? Even though we're opposites in so many ways, we're also so alike. Remind you of anybody? Like in Yang. We'll always be pirates in spirit, and we'll always want to take on the world. Oh my goddamn mother. There we go. I need to kind of find a way to turn that off. It automatically switches off. The recording would have still gone, but it sounds so stupid to say that she's my hero, but if not her, who else? Sometimes Chloe and I feel like yin and yang. Who knows? Maybe we're here to give each other strength, or more. Oh, Maxie. There's nothing like the sense of relief after waking up from a vivid nightmare. Despite all the terrible things that have been happening this past week, I felt so free and hopeful when I finally woke up, and my nightmare was so obvious. All my fears about being an artist, about my rewind, and of course about my partner in crime and time, Chloe Price. We've been through so much together, and we might go through more depending on how this all ends, either in heaven or in hella. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Chloe is more than my best friend, but who knows how she really sees me. She did dare me to kiss her, but seemed generally surprised that I did, and I actually am too, but I don't regret it for a second. Maybe that's why I hated watching Chloe being so cruel to me in that nightmare, calling me names and flirting with all those people. I was surprised, but it was like a physical pain in my heart. And is that the power of friendship or love? I believe you're about to find out. And I think... And she does. She does. And I, for one, believe it was both. So, right when she's on the verge of figuring herself out, we're faced with this fucking bullshit. And you guys know, there's only one answer to this. I don't want to dwell on it, but... You know the saddest thing about this is? The saddest thing is that Chloe will never remember it. She'll never remember, she'll never even know it happened, and Max has to carry this through for the rest of her life. This is literally the most important and devastating and dreadful decision she's ever had to make. But there's only one right answer that really, when you really think about it, right? I said I wouldn't cry. I'm kind of not, but this even gets me even 4 years later. Even if Max sacrifices Arcadia Bay, right? What's to number one stop the storm from following them? There's two things here. Either the storm will just keep following them, and that makes so much sense because, you know, Chloe is apparently this thing that had to happen on the first day they reunited. She had to die, apparently. That's what the game is saying. So the wrong thing, the right thing is obviously sacrificing her, and it makes sense because sacrificing Arcadia Bay can mean only one of two things. It can mean the storm will just pursue them wherever they go. They will run, but they will never hide from it, and it will haunt them for the rest of time until Max does the right thing. And even then, it's too late. You know, if they eventually do realize that, like they're doing now, that it is the right thing, it would be too late. Arcadia Bay is destroyed. Wherever they lived probably been destroyed because the storm keeps following them. Or the other thing that can happen is the storm stops, but there's no way Max would go through that intact. She is going to have a serious case of PTSD going through this. And I think she will forever be haunted by visions, by nightmares, and probably have more nosebleeds, and then probably, again, like we said, probably be on the verge of a brain hemorrhage. She might even die from one because she's been haunted so much. And that's the sad thing. Even Chloe won't be able to help her through it because she'll be powerless. Even though sacrificing Arcadia Bay is probably what Max would want to do, they'll never be truly happy. And that is the worst thing about this. It's just not, it's not fair because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why is Chloe so significant? I don't get that. I will never get it, you know? But so either Max is never truly happy no matter what you do. That's the worst thing about this. She's figured herself out. She figures how she feels for Chloe. But either one of these means she'll never truly have her. Because, like I said, if you sacrifice Arcadia Bay, what's to say the storm won't haunt them? Or Max will be haunted by visions of all she's been through. And even... the thing is, even if sacrificing Chloe, what's to stop her from still having those visions? Max will never be truly happy no matter what she does. She's found out who she is and what she is as a human being. She's gained so much strength and confidence and changed so dramatically as a person, only to be faced with the worst decision she'll ever have to make, in which case she never wins. Maxine Caulfield never wins, and that's the most upsetting thing about this. She's been through everything. She went literally round a figure eight, like I said last time in that Ellie Goulding song. It's literally the same thing, and she loses. She loses no matter what. What the fuck? She loses the love of her life, or they go away and just get haunted by it. I mean, fuck. You... I don't understand it. Why is Chloe so significant? It's almost like the world wanted to break them apart. Fate and the world wanted them apart. Why? What did they ever do? This is the cruelest injustice I think I've ever seen. I think this might be one of the cruelest injustices I have ever witnessed in my life. Max does not win no matter what. But then again, like Katja from Miscat Squad said, she has to let her go. Because not only, right, would she be haunted by it all and never have Chloe to herself, really, but sacrificing her is... sacrificing her is also a case of Max growing up. You know, it makes a lot of sense. I understand how if she doesn't let go of Chloe, she'll never grow up. But even if she did, like I said, she'll always be haunted by everything that she's gone through. This is just so cruel. It's such a cruel injustice, and neither of them deserve it. The only thing these two deserve is each other, and they can't have it because the world won't let them. How fucking cruel is that? I'm sorry. Well, we know what we have to do. God. My sympathy is just with the both of them. How Max had the strength to let her go and continue with her life is just what an everyday hero is. Yes, I know it's understanding about letting go and all that, but from Max's point of view, this must be truly terrible. But either way, she'll never win. She doesn't deserve it. Neither of them do. And that's the tragedy in all this. Neither of them deserve it. They deserve each other, and it doesn't. The world says no. Fuck off. And I'm just... It's not fair, dude. It's really not. 4 years later, and I'm still hit by this shit. Ugh. I know she'll have to do this to grow up. And you know, it makes there from another angle, at least from another angle, there are many angles. I don't even care how long this goes. I'm going to explore all the angles and then I'm going to pick it. There's the other angle that Max has, in 1 week, has gathered up so much strength and confidence and a belief in herself, and has learned so much about who she is and what she is, and the strength and the confidence her powers have given her, and it's given her the strength to make this decision, and I think that's how she gets through this. She has the strength to let go of Chloe because she's built it up so much, but the fact she never wins that's her reward, you know what I mean? That's her reward for getting all this strength and being able to make this choice. Her reward is never being really happy with the one she loved more than anything in this whole world. It's just not fucking right, dude. It's not. It's just not. It's not fair. It's not. That's just it. And even more on top of that, another tragedy for Max is she now has to go back, let her go, and have all these memories for the rest of her life, and all her feelings left unsaid. Fuck me, must that be terrible. Dude, I can't even imagine that. I could not. That must be fucking awful. If you have, even without the powers in real life, like, you have to leave someone without saying a goddamn word because you don't know how it'll turn out. I sort of relate to that in a way, but not really. But for this is worse, you know, because she was there, Chloe was there, and Max over 1 week figured out everything. Now she has to go back, let Chloe go, and just forever have all this cooped up and never and it's never said to her. Maxine Caulfield is just more of a hero than people realize, and that's what I hate about the hate that she got over before the storm. You have to think back to this. You have to think back to this she made. She let go of the one she treasured more than anything in the whole world. She got through it. And people's perception of it changed, and that's what makes me so angry about that. They don't deserve it. They deserved each other, and the world said no. That's not right. I'm sorry, Che. I'm sorry to Max, too, because they deserve better than this. And that's the real sadness.
Max, it's time.
Fuck.
Chloe, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, guys.
I don't want to do this. I know, Max.
I'm really sorry.
But we have to save everybody, okay? And you'll make those fuckers pay for what they did to Rachel. Being together this week, it was the best farewell gift I could have hoped for.
Never know.
You're my hero, Max.
Way to shatter hearts, though, God.
I'll always love you. Now get out of here, please. Do it before I freak. And Max Caulfield, don't you forget about me. Never.
Why is this still killing me 4 years later? I'm alright. But God damn it. There's something so perfect about that. She got to kiss her goodbye. At least that's something she carries, I guess. But Chloe dies without knowing a thing. They deserve better.
It's cool, Nathan. Don't stress. You're okay, bro. Just count to 3.
They deserve more than this.
Don't be
dude.
scared. You own this school.
If
If I
there's
wanted,
two
I could
people
blow it
that
up.
deserved each
You're the
other,
boss.
it's them. After everything they've been through in their lives,
So what do
both
you
of
want?
them.
I hope you check
Chloe
the
lost her
perimeter, as my
dad,
step-ass
then
would
they
say.
got ripped apart,
Now, let's talk
and then
business.
I got nothing for you.
that's the
Wrong.
thing.
You
They
got
get
hella
ripped
cash.
apart, and then the
You don't know
last
who the
thing
fuck I
Max
am
ever.
or who
You
you're
take that
messing
whole
around with.
recount now because it's gone.
Where'd you get that?
The last
What are you
time she
doing?
ever sees her,
Come
she
on,
doesn't
put that
get
thing
to
down.
say a word
Don't
because Chloe's
ever
gone.
tell me what to do.
The
I'm
next
so
time Chloe
sick
sees her
of people
5
trying
years
to
later,
control me.
she's
You are going
gone.
to get in hella more trouble for this than drugs.
Nobody would ever even miss your punk ass, would they?
Get that gun away from me, psycho!
But why is this so... Why is stopping someone the cause of an environmental disaster? Like, why is that? I will never understand it. Even if shipping Pricefield isn't a thing, right? Why? I guess it is like what Warren said, you know, like going through time or rewinding, and it causes environment. It causes the environment to be messed up because nothing's constant. I guess that makes sense. But here's the other thing, right? What's the cause of Max having these powers? And it's the photo, really, which I never really realized before. Now Max has torn that up. Like, the photo is the link to the powers. As long as she has that, she'll have her powers. But why was she given them? The only thing I can think of is that everybody thinks that Chloe's like the butterfly in the spirit sense. So does Chloe spirit give Max that week to figure her life out, to have her, like, to build her confidence, to build her strength, to build everything, and to finally just figure out just how she feels about Chloe? Was that the reason for it? Because if that is the reason, then I'm all for that, because it just sounds like the kind of thing Chloe would do. But she dies without even knowing, you know. Max has to hold on to it all forever. Just isn't right. It's the right answer, don't get me wrong. And there's no reason to sacrifice Katie Bay. It's just not viable. And like I said, the storm will probably just keep following them wherever they go. Or Max will be just haunted by visions for the whole of her life, to the point where Chloe can't even get her through it. And she'll probably suffer a real bad brain hemorrhage and probably die from it. Who's to say that wouldn't happen? But like I said, either way, Max doesn't win. She's the ultimate loser. She's the loser in all this. She has such strength inside of her now, and you know, all that, but that's a substitute for the one she loved more than anything, the thing she loved more than anything else in her whole life. That's That's nothing, you know? That's it. That's just... David did a really good job restraining himself from killing Nathan at that point. You know, he did the right thing and busted him. So you gotta commend David for that, because he could have so easily just fucking just shot the shit out of him, as it were. I didn't want to dwell too long now. I'm sorry, guys. Oh. It's just not right. It is not right. It's quite funny though, because in every medium this happens. You know, every medium, TV, video games, movies, music even, probably in some way, they have this couple that you ship to the day you're dead, OTP them and everything, and they figure it out and then they break it. Almost every shipping I've ever had is broke. I mean, Amore shipping with Ash and Serena, it kind of is okay, but you know, it's kind of a happy ending. They have their thing at the end, but it's very doubtful whether he'll see her again. With Pricefield, this happened. I guess Bumblebee from Ruby is kind of a thing that makes sense now. I mean, but who's to say the Ruby writers won't break that apart and all? It's still going, so there's every opportunity they'll do that. But yeah, it's almost like every medium now just tries to find the couple that people want to be together and then break in. Pretty cool how Frank and Comedy turned out. I guess Nathan talks, and that's how they found out about Rachel as well. I'm guessing Nathan talks about, and they bust Jefferson for it, and I'm assuming Frank knows about it as well. But yeah, I'm convinced now that it makes sense. You know, Chloe gave Max the powers to spend a week with her and figure her life out. It's just a fucking pain in the fucking dick that she had to figure that out and then have it for the rest of her life, but leave it go unsaid. Like, what the fuck? Two people that need each other and they can't do it because the world just tells them to fuck off. And that is just bullshit to me. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, even 4 years later, it still fucking kills me. It's like, I think it was because, aside from Amore shipping was kind of big, but it was nothing. Pricefield was like a whole different level for me, because it was just. And here's the thing I've wanted to say. With what Rachel did, which probably wasn't her fault, you know, she had her reasons. But I really feel that even in those last 2-3 pages of that journal, it sounds to me like there's something much more genuine about how Max feels. Because at the end of the day, yes, she had Kirsten, yes, she had Fernando, yes, she had Kate, yes, she had Warren, but none of them were substituted for Chloe. Chloe always won in Max's heart. With Rachel, it's tough because the Amber Price people have a right to do that, but I just think Max is just, the feelings she has were just more genuine. Because Rachel went and tried to find someone else to escape with, you know? Rachel went on to someone else. Max didn't. And I don't. That's just from what I've seen. You know, it's just from what I've seen. I don't want to cause a war. You know, I don't. But that's just what I think. That's just what I think. Everything Max feels for Chloe just feels genuine and from her heart. Everything, even though it's subtle and she doesn't really know it yet, she subconsciously does it. I just don't know if Rachel was the same because she went to have things with Frank and Jefferson. And I think Frank was more genuine than Jefferson was. I feel with Jefferson, it went way too far. I don't think even Rachel wanted to do that. I don't know. We don't know the whole extent of her scenario, and that's probably somewhere in a way that Before the Storm failed, but at the same time, you can't really say that because this episode tells that story, you know? It does it for us. So there's just so many theories and plot holes left in this game left unanswered. But now that Don't Nod has done this new world with Life is Strange 2, we don't know. We will never know. But like I said, I have to let this go now. You know, I've done this. I have to let it go, and I will. I had to do that. I think I was probably going to anyway because, you know, it took me a while. I would say probably like maybe after Before the Storm finished, I was probably ready to let the series go and go into the new world that Don't Nod created, and that will be coming in the future. But we have still got a huge batch of Project PC still to upload from here on out, so it won't be for a while. But I will hope to get it out. I hope to get Project PC probably first in the summer in terms of uploading. So to that, let's actually talk about what's going to be coming next while the credits roll, because I think I've dissected the ending enough, I hope. Next on the agenda will obviously be the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit, and that won't take long because that is a 2-hour demo that prequels Life is Strange 2, so that won't take too long. And then that'll be the first batch of Project PC done, and then we get into the real purpose of Project PC as we start to play the Telltale games that I have ready to play. It's all Telltale. After Captain Spirit, it is all Telltale from here on out. We're gonna start with the one-season Wonder games, which would be Tales from the Borderlands, The Wolf Among Us, and Jurassic Park, probably in that order. I might even throw in Back to the Future if I can get it and purchase it and do it. Maybe I'll throw it in there as well, because Back to the Future is a one-season game, so I might throw that in. But I wasn't too hyped about it, you know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But definitely after Captain Spirit, we're definitely going to move on to Tales of the Borderlands, because I love Tales from the Borderlands much more than I expected. I did not expect to be as good as it was. When you wish that your OTP doesn't have a happy ending and it doesn't get it, it shatters your heart. And Pricefield taught me how kind of dangerous to your health and to your emotions shipping characters can be. I'm such a dork, but I will always love them. Always. I just wish they had the happy ending, because if anyone deserved it, it's them. But sadly, the universe decided to rip them apart because the universe is a dick. But as I might have said a bit, that's Life is Strange for you. And I think that's the one of the best things about it is that it's real. It's real life. It's real. And you don't always have a happy ending. This isn't a Disney fairy tale. It's a real life where it isn't always that happy ending. It crushes me, but it makes sense. And that's the draw of the entire series to me. I don't really know why people chose to sacrifice Arcadia Bay, because see, this is a problem. Why did the comics focus on this? This isn't the right answer. Don't not make it clear, don't get me wrong. But even if it wasn't, you know, the right answer for Max is growing up even. This has a growing up feel to it. Like Katja said from Miss Cat Squad, she said like Max won't grow up if she doesn't let Chloe go at this point. But what's breaking her is she's just figured herself out, and she's realized her true feelings for Chloe, and it's really come to the fore now. She notices it and she accepts it, and only at that point does she question, oh gee, am I actually in love with her? And she was, and she always was. It just wasn't as clear as it was in that moment. That final message in the journal, it's both, but it's both of them. Friendship and love at the same time. Friendship before love is something that usually works. If you look at Renora and Ruby, it's kind of the same deal. So only 4%, which was probably me, David didn't get a scar during the fight. Am I the only one that got that option by pure luck in the PS4 version? So David didn't kill Jefferson 55%, saved the trucker 60-40, saved Evan 63-37, Alyssa 65-35, the fisherman 72-28. Help Joyce did believe in David again, but more, a 66% didn't change Joyce's mind. Interesting. 64-36 told the truth to Frank, and 27% hugged Warren, but of course 68% kissed him, goddammit. I guess, you know, there were Max and Warren shippers. I mean, someone to a point did a fucking Facebook fucking page about it, which fucking made me laugh. That made me laugh. Because it was like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my god, my friend sacrificed Arcadia Bay? What the fuck? For real? What? No. Scar during the fight, didn't kill Jefferson, mirrored. Didn't save the trucker, didn't save Evan, they must have missed him. But they saved Alyssa though. Didn't save the fisherman either. They made Joyce believe in David again, which is fair enough, told the truth to Frank. And they kissed Warren, god damn it. Whoever my friend is, we need to talk. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding. And that is that done. So, yeah, it still breaks me after 4 years. Alright. So that's it. And for all intents and purposes, that is the first phase of I can't talk. The first phase of Project PC done. The first phase is completed. I mean, technically not, because we still have the Adventures of Captain Spirit to do, but for all intents and purposes, the two main games of this extras kind of prequel to Project PC, if you like, are done. I think I've let go of it in the biggest majority enough to move on now. After Captain Spirit, I can move on now, you know? I spent the best part of 1.5, 2, 3 years, right up to now. It's been so hard to just let this game go because Pricefield's loss just killed me for the most part. It wasn't even that, you know? That wasn't even that's the majority of it, but at the same time, it's characters like Kate Marsh and Warren and Victoria and all those people I'll miss, you know? I'll miss them all. I will miss everything about this game. And even Before the Storm, even though I think this game is miles better than Before the Storm, even Before the Storm has some connection with Rachel that I formed, you know? I even formed a connection with Rachel and her story. So I will miss all these people, always. I will miss Arcadia Bay, always, but we had to make the right choice, and that was the only right decision to do. I mean, like I said, the only reason I didn't really want a sequel was mostly because of that, but the other reason was that sequels like Halo 4 and Gears of War 4 and Halo 5 were just so disappointing when I played them, even though I didn't actually beat Halo 5. I won't mention this now, but there is something coming for Halo that I will talk about. But seeming as with the Mr. Project PC, it's going to be a while before we even get down to that. But we heard some very good news about a particular Halo game that finally might get some justice in it, if you've been in the news recently about the Halo Master Chief Collection in particular. But I won't mention that yet because we are far away from doing that, which is a good thing, because Project PC gives time for Tom Lady's PC to appear and for our setup to be more convenient for the both of us. So it's a good thing I'm doing Project PC now. So yeah, with that, yeah, I've let go of this series in the most majority now, and I think this has helped. Doing this playthrough has helped me do that now. I just love it and everything about it so much, but at one point you've got to say goodbye and you've got to let go, and I feel I've done that enough at least. And like I've always said, I've got to give Life is Strange 2 the chance I gave this game back in May of 2015 when Tom Lady showed to me through a playthrough of Darkside Phil. I was hooked, played the first episode, completely into it, and I feel I need to give Life is Strange 2 that same opportunity, because it would be a disservice to Don't Nod and the game itself if I didn't. So I have to do it. It's a bit of an obligation, and I will be at some point in the future delving into it and seeing what this new world and adventures of these new people are. But my heart will always belong to Arcadia Bay, to Pricefield, to Kate, to Warren, to all those people. Even assholes. You know, Jefferson was like an asshole for the last 10%. Nathan was an asshole that turned the other way. David, Joyce, William, all those people as well. I mean, yes, Jefferson turns out to be the evil in this story, but for 95% of it, he was a decent dude, to a degree, I suppose, until you find out his true motives. Nathan's someone that twists you around and gets you back on side. Tori does the same thing. Taylor does the same thing. Courtney does the same thing. Pricefield, I just adore it. It'll always be my OTP. Kate Marsh is just the cinnamon roll of the series. I just love it. But at the same time, I have to give the second game and Don't Nod the justice and not give them a disservice by not checking their game out because of my personal feelings about other sequels and my love for this game. I still would have played it probably regardless, but I feel even more obligated to do it now. You know, because at the end of the day, back in May of 2015, I gave this game a shot and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I need to give Life is Strange 2 and Don't Nod the same chance when I boot it up in the future very soon. Alright everybody, so that is it. So next on the agenda, like I said, will be the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit, and that will then end phase 1 of Project PC, and then we will go into Telltale games, beginning with Tales from the Borderlands. So, until then, this is 7 Chaos signing off for now. I will see you for Captain Spirit, I will see you for Tales from the Borderlands, the future of Project PC, and future other playthroughs like Life is Strange 2 as well. You guys, you know what to do. Follow, subscribe, ring the bell on YouTube, all that good stuff on social medias. I will check you next time for Captain Spirit. This is 7 Chaos signing off. Peace out. And as always guys, stay awesome.